On a quiet morning, the sky above Earth changed forever. People were walking, laughing, working, living normal lives. In just one moment, the sky turned red. Giant alien ships appeared without warning. They looked like floating mountains, dark and cold. Within seconds, beams of blue light shot down from the ships. Cities burned, towers fell, millions screamed, but their voices were lost in the chaos. The aliens came to scare humans. They didn't talk. They didn't wait. They just attacked. No one knew where the aliens came from. No one had ever seen their kind. The only thing they sent was a message. It came through every screen on Earth. A strange voice spoke in English. "You are weak. You must surrender. We are your new masters." The screen went black after that. No reason, no warning. Only death and silence followed. In a broken city, among smoke and rubble, one woman stood up. Her name was Captain Rhea Carter. She had dust on her face, blood on her arms, but her eyes were sharp. She looked at the sky, at the giant ship floating above. It was still there, watching. She did not run. She did not hide. She whispered, "You think we're afraid? You don't know what fear is." Rhea was part of Earth Defense Force, but even they were not ready for this. Their systems were down, satellites destroyed, military bases gone. All at once. The aliens had planned everything perfectly, but they made one mistake. They thought humans would break. Instead, something else happened. People across the planet from every country stood up together, not just soldiers, scientists, farmers, doctors, children. A fire had started, not on the ground, but inside their hearts. In an underground command center, deep below the surface, the last few leaders of Earth met. They had one chance left, a secret program called Athena Protocol. It was not a weapon. It was an AI system, smart, fast, cold. It had studied every war, every strategy, every mistake in human history. It had been sleeping. Now, it was awake. Rhea was called to the command center. She stood in front of a round table surrounded by generals and scientists. On the screen behind them was the alien ship, still floating, still silent. "Captain Carter," the lead general said, "we are not going to beg. We are not going to bow. We're going to hit back, hard, and you're going to lead the team." Rhea nodded. Her voice was calm. "Good. Let's teach them what Earth means." The plan was risky. They had to strike back fast before the aliens finished the job. The Athena AI started working immediately. It found a weak point. One of the alien ships had a small opening near its base. It was used to drop supplies. If a small team could get close, they could place a device that would shut down the ship's systems, not destroy it, something worse, make it fall from the sky, slowly. The team trained for 12 hours straight. No sleep, no food, just focus. Each member was hand-picked, a pilot, a hacker, a medic, and 2 elite soldiers. Rhea led them all. They wore black suits that blocked heat and sound. Their ship was small, silent, and fast, called Needle. It flew under radar. It would fly straight through the clouds between the beams of light and reach the enemy. At midnight, they launched. The Needle shot up into the sky like a whisper. No lights, no sound, just purpose. From the ground, people watched the stars and hoped. In the Needle, the team held their breath. The alien ship grew larger and darker in front of them. It was a giant shadow in space. They reached the weak point. The hacker, a quiet woman named Lynn, worked fast. Her fingers danced across her screen. "Almost there," she said. Time was ticking. If the aliens saw them, they would be dead in seconds. Rhea kept her eyes on the scanner. Nothing moved. Not yet. Finally, Lynn nodded. "Done." They placed the device. It beeped once, then it went silent. Back on Earth, everyone watched. For a few minutes, nothing happened. Then, the alien ship began to shake. Lights flickered. Blue lines on its surface blinked and went dark. The great ship tilted slowly. It made no sound as it fell, only a deep groan like metal crying. People screamed, not in fear, but in joy. The first enemy ship had fallen, not with a bomb, not with force, but with precision. The message was clear. Earth was still here, and it was angry. Far above, on another alien ship, a tall creature watched the fall. It had 4 eyes and skin, like glass. It turned to its commander and said in its own language, "They were not supposed to fight back." The commander replied, "Then we will teach them pain." But deep in space, a new voice spoke through a signal. It was Athena, cold and calm. "You tried to scare us. Now we will show you what fear really is." The war had just begun, and Earth was not afraid. The alien ship had fallen, crashing into the ocean with a deep roar. Waves rose like mountains. The world watched it live. On screens and satellites, it was the first time humans had struck back and won. The attack wasn't big, but it was clean, sharp, and powerful. The message was loud. Earth was fighting back. Captain Rhea Carter and her team returned safely to the underground base. People cheered, but there was no time to rest. They had hurt the enemy, but not stopped them. Above Earth, 6 more alien ships still floated. The enemy had thousands of fighters and weapons, and now they were angry. In the deep halls of the command center, Athena, the AI system, worked day and night. It watched every satellite, every radar, and every signal from space. Athena didn't feel fear, it didn't feel hope. It only thought, calculated, and planned. Humans gave the aliens a name now, the Varnock. They looked tall and thin, with sharp arms and glowing red eyes. Their bodies were part machine. They had no mouths, only voices that came through tech. Some said they had no feelings. Others believed they enjoyed the kill. The Varnock didn't attack again right away. For 2 days, they waited. The sky was quiet. People asked, "Why haven't they struck?" But Rhea knew the answer. "They're watching. Us," she said, "studying us, planning something worse." The world was not the same anymore. Countries stopped fighting each other. Borders meant nothing. The enemy came from the stars, and now Earth was one. Nations shared weapons, technology, data, everything. Old enemies became allies. It was not peace. It was survival. Athena called Rhea into the war room. A large hologram of Earth glowed in the center. "We have one chance to change the direction of this war," the AI said. Its voice was calm, robotic, but somehow serious. "There is a Varnock relay station near Mars. It sends messages to the main fleet. If we take it out, we break their chain of command." Rhea frowned. "How do we reach Mars without being seen?" Athena showed a new plan. "There is a prototype ship built for deep space. No weapons, only speed and stealth. You will lead a small team, plant an EMP bomb, then leave before they know you're there." It was risky, very risky, but Rhea didn't hesitate. "We'll do it." The ship was called Wraith. It was black, fast, and could vanish from most radars. Rhea chose her new team carefully. Lynn, the hacker, returned. So did Kai, the pilot, quiet and fearless. 2 more joined, Mira, a bomb expert, and Elias, an old soldier who had fought in the first attack and lost his family. He wanted revenge. The Wraith flew into space. Earth held its breath. The silence of the stars surrounded them. No lights, no sounds, only darkness. Every second felt longer. But the team moved with focus. No one joked, no one smiled. They all knew. One mistake, and they would never return. They reached the relay station. It floated like a giant spider near Mars, its metal arms stretching out like a web. Small alien drones flew around it. The Wraith stayed hidden behind a moon's shadow. Lynn hacked the patrol path. "There's a 3-minute window. That's all we get." Mira prepared the EMP bomb. It glowed with a soft green light. "This will fry their systems. No more orders. No more ships joining the fight. Elias looked at her. Good. Let's shut them up. They moved fast. The ship got close. Rhea and Mira jumped out in suits and flew toward the station. They dodged a drone by just inches. The bomb was placed. The timer set. Then, something changed. A red light blinked. A Varnock patrol ship had seen them. Run! Rhea shouted. The ship turned. Lasers shot past them. Mira screamed as a beam hit her leg. She pushed Rhea forward. Go! Don't stop! The Wraith opened its doors. Lynn pulled them in. The ship turned sharply and disappeared into the dark. Seconds later, the EMP bomb exploded. A silent flash spread. Across the station, the lights went dark. The drones froze. The patrol ship floated without control. The chain was broken. Back on Earth, Athena announced the success. The Varnock fleet is now blind. We must strike while they are confused. People cheered again. But in the medbay, Rhea sat beside Mira, who lay unconscious. Her face was pale, but her hand was strong. Rhea held it. You did it, she said softly. You gave us a real chance. That night, the stars above Earth looked a little different. For the first time, they didn't feel like a threat. They felt like a path, a way forward. But far away, deep in space, the Varnock were not finished. One of their high commanders stood in silence. His red eyes glowed brighter than before. They adapt faster than we thought, he said. Now we show them what true war means. The fire inside Earth was just getting stronger, and now the real war was about to begin. The Mars strike changed everything. For the first time, the Varnock were confused. Their orders stopped. Their patrol ships drifted. Their leaders were silent. On Earth, people felt hope. Not just survival, something stronger. Victory. But Captain, Rhea Carter knew this was only the beginning. The Varnock were smart, maybe smarter than humans. They would not stay blind for long. Every second was a gift, and Athena, the powerful AI, wanted to use it well. In the underground war room, Athena spoke to the world's top generals. Rhea stood beside them, her arms crossed, her eyes sharp. The AI showed a glowing map of alien space. We have found a small Varnock outpost near Saturn, Athena said. It controls fuel and supplies for their nearby ships. If we destroy it, they will lose the ability to move. They will be stuck. General Harlow, an older man with a steel jaw, nodded slowly. We take out their legs before we hit the heart. Athena replied, Correct, but this time we will strike with a new weapon. The room grew silent. In a secret lab, Earth's scientists had built something special, a stealth drone, small, fast, invisible to most sensors, and deadly. It could fly into tight spaces and carry small bombs. They called it the Sting. The mission was simple but dangerous. Fly a team close to the Varnock station, launch the drone, guide it inside, and blow up the main reactor. One hit, one shot, no noise. Rhea would lead the team again. She didn't hesitate. Her leg was still sore from the last mission, but she didn't care. Let's take their breath away, she said. The team was smaller this time. Rhea, Lynn the hacker, and Kai the pilot. They flew a newer version of the Wraith ship, painted black with sharp edges. It moved like smoke. They reached the Varnock supply station in 2 days. It looked like a giant metal flower spinning slowly in space. Red lights blinked across its arms. Hundreds of small ships floated around it like bees. Rhea stared at it from the ship's window. All that, just to scare us, she said. Then prepared the drone. It was the size of a cat and shaped like a triangle. She tapped a button. It came to life, silent and ready. Launching in 3, 2, 1. The drone shot out from the Wraith, curved around the station, and slipped into a small open port. Inside the station, the Varnock didn't notice. Their systems were still weak from the last attack. Lynn guided the drone through dark tunnels. Pipes, wires, steam. She moved it like an artist painting lines in air. Almost there, she whispered. Reactor ahead. But then something blinked. A red warning on her screen. A defense system had just woken up. The Varnock were rebooting. Rhea, Lynn said, her voice tight. They're waking up fast. Just finish it, Rhea said. The drone reached the core. Lynn armed the charge. Done! Leaving now! The drone turned and began to fly back, but a blast hit it. The screen turned white. Drone is gone, Lynn said, her hands shaking. Did it arm? Rhea asked. Before Lynn could answer, the station exploded. A huge, silent light lit up space. Pieces of the metal flower flew in every direction. Varnock ships around it froze, then spun into the dark, lost without control. On Earth, the command center lit up with green lights. Target destroyed, Athena said. Mission complete. Cheers rose. The Varnock had lost another leg. Back in space, Rhea and her team turned their ship and flew home. No words. Just quiet pride. They had done the impossible again, but not everyone was celebrating. Far across space, deep in a red-lit chamber, Varnock leaders gathered. Their forms glowed like ghosts. One of them, taller than the rest with metal wings, spoke with rage. These humans strike like insects, he hissed. Small, fast, annoying, but now we crush them. He turned to a large machine behind him. Inside it, something was growing. A new kind of Varnock, bigger, faster, built for close combat, a weapon made to kill humans directly. Release. The hunter, the leader ordered. Back on Earth, Athena sensed something strange. Rhea, it said, I have detected a signal, a fast-moving ship, coming straight from deep space, heading to Earth, not part of any known fleet. Rhea stared at the screen. A red dot was growing fast. What is it? She asked. Athena paused. I don't know. And for the first time, Rhea felt something new in the AI's voice. Worry. The next battle would not be about ships or bombs. It would be something closer, more personal. The Varnock were sending a message. Earth had struck first. Now the Varnock were coming to strike back, and this time it would be face to face. The signal came fast. A single object, flying straight toward Earth at impossible speed. Not part of any fleet. No sound, no communication. Athena tracked it every second. Its speed was terrifying. Too fast for missiles, too small for ships. Captain Rhea Carter stood in the war room, staring at the red dot on the map. What is it? She asked. Athena paused. Unknown. It does not match any past Varnock design. General Harlow stepped forward. Could it be a scout? No, Athena answered. It is not scanning. It is not looking. Then what is it doing? Rhea asked. Athena's voice dropped. It is hunting. The object entered Earth's atmosphere in a ball of fire. It crashed deep in the forests of Alaska, away from cities, but close enough to worry everyone. Within an hour, satellites lost contact. With the crash zone, drones sent to check never returned. Something was blocking signals. A black zone. That's when the report started. A rescue team, sent by the North Coalition, was found torn apart. Their bodies were ripped, burned, and thrown across trees like broken toys. No survivors. No sign of the enemy. Only deep claw marks in the trees, and strange symbols burned into the snow. Rhea read the report in silence. This isn't war, she said. This is a message, Athena agreed. The Varnock have released a new kind of weapon, something meant to kill close-up, something personal. They called it the Hunter. Rhea prepared a small team, 5 soldiers, including herself. They were dropped by stealth chopper near the black zone. No cameras, no signals, only radios and guns. Heavy ones. As they entered the forest, snow crunched under their boots. It was cold, quiet, too quiet. No birds, no animals. Even the wind felt scared. Rhea held her rifle close. Eyes open. No one goes alone. The team moved through the trees, like ghosts. But something was watching. The hunter, it was tall, nearly 8 feet, with dark armor that looked like bones. Its face was hidden by a mask with 4 red eyes. It made no sound when it moved. No heat. No light. It blended with the trees. It was death in motion. One by one, it began to hunt. First, it took Private Rami. A scream, a gunshot, and silence. They found only his helmet sliced in half. Then it took Sergeant Vale. He fought back, shooting into the trees. He hit nothing. Only blood was left on the snow. Rhea clenched her jaw. Fall back, stay close. We don't fight shadows. But the hunter was faster. It attacked again. Rhea turned just in time and fired. The bullets hit something. It hissed and vanished. Into the dark. They ran. Heart pounding, no time to think. At last, they found an old research bunker. Half buried in snow, steel doors, thick walls. They sealed themselves inside. Only 3 were left now, Rhea, Lynn, and Corporal Jonas. Inside the bunker, Athena spoke through an emergency console. "Captain," it said, "this creature cannot be tracked by normal tech, but it has one weakness." Rhea listened closely. "It uses magnetic sensors to move. I can send a pulse to overload them, but it must be done very close." Rhea looked at Lynn. "Can you make a trap?" Lynn nodded. "Yes, but we have to lure it in." Jonas stepped forward. "I'll be the bait." Rhea looked at him. He had lost his brother in the first attack. His eyes were tired but brave. "Are you sure?" she asked. He nodded. "I want to end this." They set the trap, a large coil wired to the floor, hidden beneath metal panels. Lynn connected it to Athena's remote signal. Then Jonas walked into the snow. The hunter came. It moved fast, ripping through trees. Jonas fired, missed, ran, screamed. The door opened. Jonas ran inside. The hunter followed, fast and silent. "Now!" Rhea shouted. Athena sent the pulse. A blast of energy shot through the trap. The hunter stopped, screeched. Its red eyes blinked wildly. Sparks flew from its armor. It staggered, then collapsed with a loud crash. They had done it. Rhea walked up, to the body. Slowly, she took off its mask. Inside was no face, only wires, bone, and a small glowing brain. Half machine, half creature. It twitched once, then went still. Back at the command center, Athena made a quiet announcement. "The hunter has been neutralized." But Rhea didn't smile. She looked at the broken machine and said, "That was a test." Athena agreed. "Yes, the Varnock were watching, learning. Next time, they won't send one." Later that night, Rhea stood alone outside the bunker. Snow fell gently. The sky was clear, full of stars. And then, something new appeared in the sky. Not one, but hundreds of small dots, coming toward Earth. Not fast, not loud, just steady. The invasion had begun. The sky was no longer silent. Hundreds of lights had appeared, small at first, like stars, but they grew larger, closer. They were Varnock ships, not massive like before. These were smaller, faster, dropships, carriers, war pods. Earth was under full invasion. Captain Rhea Carter watched the screen in the command center. Athena's voice was calm but serious. "Varnock invasion force detected. Estimated 1,000 ships. Target zones: North America, Asia, Europe, Africa. They're coming everywhere." General Harlow slammed his fist on the table. "They're spreading us thin." "They want chaos," Rhea said. "If we divide, we fall." Athena replied, "Then we do not divide. We strike back." Earth didn't panic this time. It moved. Fast. Cities turned off lights. Defense towers powered up. Satellites locked onto the ships. Ground soldiers prepared. Planes, drones, tanks. Even space cannons were ready. Humanity had waited for this moment, and they would not run. The first pods landed in Siberia, China, the American Midwest, and Northern Africa. Each pod opened with a hiss, releasing squads of Varnock soldiers, half machine, half creature, armed with razor rifles and blade arms. They didn't speak. They didn't hesitate. They just began to destroy. But this time, Earth was ready. Rhea led a strike team to one of the biggest landing zones, outside Chicago. Explosions lit the sky. Buildings shook. Fires burned. But human soldiers pushed back. Side by side, they fought street by street. Kai flew a fighter overhead, dropping pulse bombs on clusters of enemies. Lynn hacked into Varnock systems, shutting down their small walkers. And Rhea led on foot, blasting enemies with a railgun. A child cried in a burning house. Rhea heard it. She ran inside. Smoke choked the room. A Varnock drone hovered above the boy. Rhea fired once. The drone dropped. She lifted the boy and ran back into the street. He looked at her with wide eyes. "Are you a robot?" She smiled through her cracked helmet. "No, I'm human. That's better." In the skies, Earth's defense satellites fired beams of light, tearing through Varnock dropships. In the oceans, submarines launched missiles. In the deserts, tanks rolled over alien metal. The whole planet had become a battlefield, and somehow, humanity was holding. But the Varnock had more plans. Far above Earth, inside a hidden Varnock command ship, a new weapon was being prepared. It was not a hunter. It was something worse. The Varnock called it the Breacher. It was designed to drill into Earth's crust, not to destroy, but to poison. If launched, it would infect the soil and air with nanomachines that would kill all organic life slowly. The Varnock wouldn't have to fight. They'd just wait. Athena discovered the Breacher by hacking a low-level Varnock beacon. The news was terrifying. Rhea called an emergency meeting. If that thing lands, we lose Earth. "How do we stop it?" Harlow asked. "We destroy it before it enters the atmosphere," Athena said. "But it's protected. We'll need to attack it from inside." So a plan was made. The Wraith would fly again, this time toward the Breacher in orbit. It would carry a bomb strong enough to vaporize the core. One chance. No second run. Rhea would go. Lynn would guide her. Kai would fly the ship. And Mira, healed and angry, would arm the bomb. As they launched, the war still raged below. Cities burned, ships fell. But people didn't give up. Not this time. They knew Earth had a team up there, fighting for all of them. The Wraith reached the Breacher. It was huge, like a dark tower floating in space. It spun slowly, glowing red at the center. "No guards," Mira whispered. "That's not good." "They think we can't get close," Rhea said. "Let's prove them wrong." They entered, through a small vent near the bottom. Inside, the walls were pulsing like veins. The air smelled of oil and acid. Machines moved slowly, not noticing them. Lynn hacked the door to the core. "1 minute," she said. Suddenly, alarms screamed. "No," Kai said. "We've got company." Varnock soldiers poured in from both ends of the tunnel. Mira stayed to plant the bomb. Rhea and Kai fired back, buying time. The bomb armed. Lights blinked. Mira shouted, "Run!" They sprinted. Lynn opened the exit bay. The team jumped out into open space. Kai hit a button. Wings opened from their suits. They flew fast, pulled by the Wraith's gravity tether. Then, boom! A silent explosion lit up space. The Breacher broke apart. Pieces flew in every direction. No poison, no death cloud. Just victory. On Earth, Athena confirmed it. Breacher destroyed. People around the world cheered. Soldiers hugged, civilians cried. Even General Harlow smiled. Rhea landed and removed her helmet. "We're not just surviving anymore," she said. "We're winning." But far away, the Varnock leader watched the screen. His red eyes burned. These humans, they learned too fast. He turned to his generals. "Prepare the final wave." The sky was quiet again. For the first time in weeks, no new Varnock ships appeared. The battle had paused. Earth's defenses were damaged but still standing. Cities were broken but still alive. People helped each other, rebuilt homes, shared food, and looked up at the stars, not in fear, but with fire in their hearts. But Captain Rhea Carter didn't relax. She stood on the highest platform of the command center, staring at a dark spot in space. Athena had gone silent for 10 whole seconds earlier, something that had never happened before. That meant one thing. Something was coming. Athena's voice returned, softer than usual. Rhea, I have detected movement, deep space, beyond Mars. How? Many ships? Rhea asked. None, Athena replied. Just one. Rhea raised an eyebrow. Just one? Athena showed the image on the screen. It wasn't a ship. It was something bigger, much bigger. A moving city. A Varnock war fortress the size of a small moon. Not just carrying troops, carrying machines, bombs, weapons, factories, and something else. Something unknown. This is it, Athena said. The final wave. They're bringing their command ship to Earth. General Harlow stared at the image. They're coming to end it themselves, Rhea nodded. Or to die trying. The fortress was slow, but unstoppable. In 10 days, it would enter Earth's orbit. In 11, it would release everything it had. Earth had 10 days to stop it. Athena explained the plan. We can't destroy the fortress from outside. Its shields are too strong. But there is a small chance to destroy it from the inside. How? Rhea asked. By targeting its core. The power source is ancient, alien, even older than the Varnock. If we damage it, the entire fortress will collapse. So another infiltration mission, Rhea said. Athena replied, Yes, but this time, you may not return. Rhea didn't blink. I wasn't planning on running. She called her team. Lynn, the hacker. Kai, the pilot. Mira, the bomb expert. Jonas, the sharpshooter. These were the best Earth had. They didn't ask questions. They just prepared. This time, they flew a new ship. Shadow 7. Built by human engineers with Varnock parts stolen from the last battles. Faster, smarter, invisible to most sensors. A gift from Earth's pain. As they left Earth's orbit, people watched from every corner of the planet. A single ship carrying 5 souls, heading straight for death, but with the hopes of 8 billion people behind them. The Varnock fortress was terrifying up close. It spun slowly in space, its walls covered in spikes and towers. Huge cannons moved like eyes. Swarms of small drones floated around it like flies. Shadow 7 entered through a hidden vent, just like before. The team moved fast, through dark halls, strange lights and rooms filled with alien creatures in sleep chambers. This place is alive, Mira whispered. They reached the central core. It was protected by a force field and 2 tall guards, giants made of fire and metal. Lynn hacked the panel. Mira prepared the bomb. Then the lights changed. Red. The floor shook. They know we're here, Kai said. The 2 giant guards moved forward. Jonas fired, but it was like throwing rocks at a mountain. Rhea shouted, Split up! Lynn, get that field down! Lynn ran to the control hub. Sparks flew as she connected wires, fingers flying fast. The guards attacked. Jonas and Kai fought one while Mira threw explosives at the other. Rhea ran straight to its legs, jumped and climbed it. She pulled a plasma knife and stabbed into its neck joint. Sparks, screams, fire. The guard fell. The field dropped. Bomb ready, Mira shouted. Rhea helped Lynn up. They all ran back to the ship. Countdown? Rhea asked. 2 minutes, Mira said. They flew out fast. Shadow 7 raced away from the fortress, dodging fire, avoiding drones. Then, boom, a massive light burst behind them. The Varnock fortress cracked, shook, and began to break apart. Pieces floated out like bones in space. Then, silence. Athena's voice returned to Earth. Target destroyed. The fortress is gone. People everywhere shouted, cried, celebrated. The war was over, for now. But Rhea didn't celebrate. She stared at the stars. They'll come again someday, she said. Athena replied. Then we'll be ready again. Humanity had done more than survive. They had changed the war. They had become the fear. The war was over. For the first time in a long time, Earth was quiet. No ships in the sky, no alien signals, no more death in the streets. The Varnock fortress had been destroyed. The final attack had failed. The invasion had ended. But the damage was everywhere. Cities lay in ruins. Forests burned. Oceans were filled with debris. Millions were gone. Yet Earth stood, broken, but not beaten. Captain Rhea Carter returned to the command center. Her armor was scratched, her eyes tired, but she was alive. And so was her team. Lynn, Kai, Mira, and Jonas, they had all made it back. General Harlow saluted them. "You did more than survive, you gave us the future." News spread fast. Across the globe, people began rebuilding. Soldiers became farmers, engineers repaired power. Children played in the ruins and laughed again. The sky was no longer a threat. It was a promise, a symbol of what humans had become. Rhea stood in front of a camera for the first global message since the war began. She spoke simply. "We were attacked. We were hunted. We were almost destroyed. But we did not give up. We fought together, not as countries, not as borders, but as one people, one species. We proved something important. Humanity is not weak. We are strong, smart, and full of fire." She paused. "And if they ever return, we will be ready." The message was short, but it echoed across every device, every speaker, every heart. From the cities to the villages, people whispered one word: humanity, and they smiled. But far above Earth, something stirred. Athena detected it first. A strange signal. Very faint. Very far. It came from deep space, far beyond Varnock territory. "A new transmission," she told Rhea. "Not Varnock, something else." Rhea frowned. "Can you decode it?" Athena tried. The signal was complex, full of unknown data. After 1 full hour, she got a small piece. 2 words. "We see." Rhea stood still. "Is it a warning?" "I don't know," Athena said. "But someone else is watching. Earth wasn't alone. Not anymore." Weeks passed, then months. New systems were built. Cities rose stronger than before. Earth became a planet with one government, one defense, and one voice. They started calling it the New Dawn era. Rhea and her team were given honors, statues, medals, songs. But they didn't stay to enjoy it. They had other plans. Mira started, training new soldiers. "The next war could come from anywhere," she said. Lynn began building stronger AIs, teaching them empathy, logic, and defense, not just control. Kai tested new space engines. "If someone is watching us," he said, "we should go say hello before they come here." Jonas became a teacher. He taught war, yes, but also peace. And Rhea, she built something different, a ship. Not for war, not for battle, a ship to explore. They called it Unity 1. Built with the best tech from Earth and stolen Varnock parts, it was faster, lighter, and smarter than anything before. Its mission was simple: find what else is out there and prepare Earth for the next chapter. Rhea stood before the crew on launch day. Hundreds of young faces stared back at her. "Today," she said, "we leave not to escape, but to learn, to grow, to protect. We are not just survivors. We are explorers now." As Unity 1 launched, people across the planet watched. They didn't watch in fear, they watched in pride. The camera followed the ship as it left Earth's orbit. The planet looked small now, blue, bright, beautiful. Inside the ship, Athena's voice spoke. "Captain Rhea Carter. Coordinates locked, engines ready," she smiled. "Then let's go." And the stars opened wide, but in the dark, beyond known space, in a place where time moves differently, a creature with 1,000 eyes watched the ship. It turned to others, taller, older, wiser. "The humans grow fast," it said in a deep voice. Too fast, another answered. Should we stop them? There was silence. Then one voice spoke. No, let them come. Let them knock on the doors of gods. The others agreed, and we will see what kind of fire they bring next. The end.